Mantra with the OM token is on a massive run, and in this video we're going to look at the fundamentals. We're going to look at hidden data that most people do not look at or that most people don't have access to. We're going to find out how long can this rally actually last. This is the rally I'm talking about. We are currently at 18 cents roughly, up 70% in the last week alone. In the last month, we more than 3x'd. In the last year, we more than 4x'd. Now, what's behind that? Who's buying, who's selling, what's the development around the project? I'm not going to bore you with the website and sell you the marketing jazz and all of that. This is not how we can get an edge in crypto, right? We want to get the information that most people do not have, or at least that most people aren't looking at. Here's one thing most people aren't looking at. This is the GitHub repository, so the platform where programmers submit their code changes, so we can look at activity. And unfortunately, on that website, we don't see much activity recently. So either they have changed their GitHub or there is nothing happening. The last update was in February of last year, almost 1 year ago. Now here's something super ironic. The location of this GitHub repository is Hong Kong. Now I'm living in Hong Kong and in Malaysia, and so I accessed the website via Hong Kong. And look at this, you can't access the website through a Hong Kong IP. The products and services on this website are not intended for individuals in your location. So the GitHub is in Hong Kong, the website can't be accessed in Hong Kong. Pretty strange. Now let's continue our quest on data that most people aren't looking at. Let's have a look at how much capital is locked up in the project. This is Mantra's total value locked over time, and of course at the beginning we had quite a pump, but then the bear market also dumped the price quite a bit. Now we see a recovery, but we're still far off from those all-time highs. Let's zoom into the recent action. From the bottom of 3.8 million, we went up to now 15.9 million. Now what's behind this rally of more value being locked on chain? I've got an explanation, but let's first find out why did the total value locked actually crash in the first place? And why did the price go down in the first place? Because that rally that we are seeing here is just the last year. When we actually zoom out, we see this rally with a massive decline afterwards. What caused the decline? This here might be one of the reasons. Mantra has a lot of investors, a lot of venture capital went into the project, and thus we are facing this issue. The number of circulating OM tokens. Mantra has an ever expanding supply, and that supply increased by almost 8x in less than 4 years. In the last year alone, the supply grew by 34% according to Messari.io. And that's how the game works, right? Price is a result of demand versus supply. If the supply grows very fast and demand cannot keep up, and of course, the price has to go down long term. Here's the 5-year emission schedule according to a Medium article on MantraDAO, an article that had been published in August of 2020. This matches with Messari.io. We start at 100 and something million. We are now at our 800 million, and it appears that the growth here never stops. The growth comes from referrals, from reserves, and interestingly enough, from staking rewards. Staking rewards, okay, so maybe we can protect ourselves from that inflation to a degree by staking. Let's have a look at the platform. This is app.mantra.finance, and this is the staking rewards you can get on the various blockchains. So Mantra is available on Ethereum, on the Binance Smart Chain, and on Polygon. And on the Binance Smart Chain, you now get 40% APY, but obviously this is fluctuating. But it appears that you can pretty much remove all of the dilution by staking on chain. That's good, right? Especially if there's not too many people staking. And here's the potentially nice part of all of this. It does appear that there's not too many staked Mantra tokens. Because look at this Twitter announcement. Only 11% of Mantra tokens are actually being staked. So if you're part of those 11%, you are benefiting from the dilution. Just to drive home how bad token inflation actually is, have a look at this chart behind me. This is the Mantra token relative to Ethereum. So there's a ton of correlation in crypto. When Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go up. When Ethereum goes up, altcoins go up. But when those main tokens go down, then the altcoins go down as well. And to remove that macro impact, we can just look at relative valuation. And the Mantra token underperformed Ethereum by 95%. And since that token inflation stopped, this is when OM was able to outperform again. Isn't that fascinating? It's super important to look at the tokenomics, to look at vesting schedules, especially when a project got a lot of initial funding. Now again, this channel is about finding data that most people do not have access to. And what I'm always wondering is, who's driving the rally? When the price goes up, who's actually buying? Is this small retail, or is this the whales? Or is this potentially manipulation by the centralized exchanges? Let's have a look on-chain. And this is a bit more complex for the Mantra token because we've got 3 different versions. We've got a token on Ethereum, another one on Polygon, and another one on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, I have built a tool to distinguish retail investors from whale investors. This tool is available for the premium members. It's thebitcoinstrader.com. The link is down below. This is where you can get access and a tutorial video for this tool. And on the left side, we've got the number of wallets that hold at least 1,000 OM tokens. And this is a very long-term chart starting in 2020. For the medium chart, we go 1 order of magnitude up. So that's now 10,000 tokens. For the right chart, we look at the whales, 100,000 tokens. So each time it's a 10x from one another. We see how the number of wallets is declining each time. And if you're wondering how many dollars that is, 1,000 tokens, so the left chart is $180 roughly. So $180, $1,800, $18,000. Now this is a long-term chart and we just want to know what happened in the last month, right? Why did the price 3x? So here we've got the same charts just for the last month. The whales didn't do anything in aggregate, so did medium-sized retail, and small retail did some accumulation. Now did you notice something here? Let's have a look at these long-term charts. The number of whales hit an all-time high. They purchased massively before this month. They purchased 2 to 3 months ago. The number of whales increased by 50% 2 to 3 months ago. It didn't increase in the last month, but it increased 2 to 3 months ago. That increase was way more muted for the smaller investors. So again, we see how the whales tend to make the better calls. They bought roughly over here. And they took advantage of this entire rally without driving the rally. They didn't buy in the last month. They bought before. Now, when we look at the Polygon-based token and at the Binance Smart Chain-based token, we see way less wallets. Most capital really is on Ethereum. This is where the action is. This is the charts we should be focusing on. But then, how is it possible that the price rises like this if the whales are currently not buying, if they bought all before? My strong suspicion here is that we've got manipulation by the centralized exchanges, especially by Binance. And we can see this also on Twitter. The Twitter account by Mantra Finance was bragging about a trending hashtag. The hashtag is not Mantra Finance. The hashtag is not Mantra Crypto. The hashtag is OM, which is the ticker symbol of Mantra Finance. OM on Binance. Now, why would that be trending? Probably because people at Binance wants it to trend. So maybe there is some manipulation on Twitter as well. Maybe some bots are generating that kind of trending topic. Because why would something be trending worldwide when the number of retail investors that barely hold $200 only went up by roughly 70 to 80 wallets? It doesn't make any sense. And this is also confirmed when we look at the trading volume across centralized exchanges. Have a look at the table behind me. In the last 24 hours, 68% of all of trading volume happened on Binance. Only 1.75% of trading volume actually happened on-chain on Uniswap. And that's on Ethereum. This is where most capital for the OM token, for Mantra, is being traded. So what's the TLDR here? Mantra Finance had been massively bought by the whales 2 to 3 months ago. Mantra Finance did not go up in price much, but now that the price is rising, the whales aren't buying more. The number of whales is simply just staying steady. They take advantage of this rally. There's manipulation happening on Twitter. There's manipulation happening on the centralized exchange. And that's why the price is going up. The price is going up because a few key people at Binance want it to go up. And do I dare to predict how long this price will go up? No, I don't, because I do not have a special device to look into the brains of those few important people. For me, it's all crystal clear. For me, this is all manipulation. I stay away. Manipulation can stay on for quite a while though. We have seen this, for example, in Telor in the TRB token. If you do decide to be part of this party, then at least set a trailing stop loss. So as the price rises, adjust your stop loss, and when the price corrects, then get out quickly. If you're considering to hold this long term, then please stake the token on chain. Otherwise, you get diluted heavily away. 30%, we've seen this. That's how much the demand has to grow every single year just for the price to stay stable, right? So you do want to stake it. You do want to get your mantra tokens and you want to be protected from that inflation. Most people are not, almost 90% do not stake. You want to stake if you want to hold this long term. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. If you want to become part of our community and get access to this tool, feel free to check out the premium membership, thebitcoinstrategy.com. And if your crypto portfolio isn't yet large enough to justify an expense in premium, then feel free to check out our free Telegram. The link is also down below.